Hey all, what is up? So this is going to be a little bit different. I was originally aiming to give just a weekly update for the few subscribers I have right now. That's what I'm trying to do on a weekly basis, just to keep myself accountable for building a new startup. But it's been one of those weeks where I haven't really achieved anything. Yeah, I've been feeling kind of down today and the last few days actually. I talked about in my earlier videos how I've had struggles this year just with depression, and I'm still on medication. And between therapy and the medication I'm on, I'm hoping that I can get over this eventually in the next 6 months. And from what I know about it, from depression, is that yeah, sure, it's not like something you get over when you snap your fingers and then all of a sudden, boom, it's done. Like maybe that's how it's done at the end of a movie montage or something, where somebody has a revelation and ping. It can sort of manifest in different ways in different people, and different ways in the same person as well. That little voice that you have that sort of backs you up, that gets you a little bit angry even sometimes. It says, "Okay, screw this. I can do this. Pick yourself up. You can do it." That kind of voice. When you're depressed, it feels like instead of that voice coming from inside, it's somebody else just yelling to you. It feels like somebody else is saying that, and you're just sitting there just thinking, just the words are bouncing off you. I don't know how to explain it any more than that. I haven't really felt bummed out all week. I've done a little bit, but part of it is what has contributed to it is that, well, I was working on a particularly challenging sort of data extraction tasks where I'm sort of extracting data from the back end. I've been doing software engineering for 10 years now, and there's times where that's easy, but there's sometimes where it's hard. And even sometimes where it's hard, it might take a couple of hours or a few hours. You might sort of bust yourself, and even sometimes you might not get it one night, and then you go to sleep and you tackle it again the next morning, you pick it up in 5 minutes, you're like, of course, why didn't I do that? Well, the thing is that, this is an issue. It's a particular kind of algorithm problem, where you go nested data sets and you're trying to extract some data out and sort of store it in a different way than what it's being presented to you as. So this is an area that has kind of brought me down really hard earlier this year when that kind of triggered my depression. When you're in that kind of work environment and you're having a challenge, there's been teams that I've worked in and people come to me with those kinds of challenges, and we just kind of work through it together, and everyone's very civil. And sometimes I go to them and I'm like, look, I'm not the best at this right now. I don't know why. Perhaps I haven't done algorithms in a few months, and I'm sort of, it's kind of frying my brain right now. If you're more versed up in this, just feel free to try it out. But I was really made to feel ashamed earlier this year. It wasn't the best environment at all. It was very backwards, and it's definitely the reason why I left. I thought I would sort of get out of it a lot quicker, but when you're in depression, it's not necessarily that was the thing that caused depression, but it can be just a trigger like that, and that was definitely a trigger. So I think this week I've been struggling a lot, where normally it might only take me 6 months ago, 12 months ago, even 2 or 3 years ago, that kind of thing would take me maybe 1 or 2 hours. It's just different. It's due to a confidence level, and that's what I'm feeling right now. Even though I've been doing software engineering for 10 years, my confidence is shattered in that particular area, and I just don't believe in myself. So I've been in these situations before, and I know that it's a combination of things how to get out. One of them is that it's important to sort of prove yourself that you can do it again. So I know I'll get over it and be able to do it again soon, but it's just a struggle when you go through it, and especially that was the thing that kind of triggered my depression this year. So I'm not really feeling that great today, but in the keeping up with the consistent habit of documenting sort of weekly updates and staying accountable. If I break the habit and I sort of run away from it, then I probably, you could easily go 1 or 2 months without updating, and there's no accountability. And yeah, so hopefully I'll be in a better place next time. But this is probably also part of the reality of trying to build your own thing. You could argue that I probably wasn't in a good place to sort of start doing this, but when are you kind of ever in a good place if you wait for the perfect time to sort of start with where your heart is trying to guide you to be, you're never going to do it. So challenge is a part of life. I'm just going through one of those these days. Jesus kind of gets me out of a lot of this stuff. I wouldn't really be able to cope if I sort of didn't really, if I didn't follow him. I don't really want to sort of like preach and, this isn't like a religious channel or something. You can deal with the religious elements however you choose. It doesn't worry me. I'm not going to tell you to follow Jesus or anyone else if Jesus wasn't sort of an inspiration and a part of my life. Yeah, I'd probably be down the path of getting into being a good little corporate psychopath right now. As you can tell, my energy is a little bit lower right now, and it gets like that when you sort of don't believe in yourself, and everyone has those sort of couch moment days where you can't really pull yourself up that much. But hey, I did get on the bike in the gym, so there's that. When in doubt, a workout always works out. Okay. Yeah, hopefully next time will be a little bit more inspiring. But if you just want 100% inspiration, this channel probably isn't it. I'm just gonna, be talking about stuff along the way, whether it's good or bad. Okay, catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.